Hello there, lovelies. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. Thank you for tuning in and spending some time watching one of my videos. My name's Jenny, and I am so grateful to have you here. I'm doing some little they're like folios, and they're made out of envelopes, and I thought that I would turn the camera on and show you what I'm up to, explain my process as I go through making them. So it's kind of a tutorial, but not. These are super easy, and I'm not really sure whether a tutorial is really warranted, but yeah, I'm just going to tell you what my process is, and I don't know if these are really folios as such. They're not flip-flops. I mean, they flip-flop on the inside, but not back to front and then back again sort of thing, you know, like a proper flip-flop journal. And I am not really sure whether I'm going to stitch some pages on the inside of them, or whether I'm going to just make a booklet or two to insert into the larger pockets, and then just journal cards and tags in the other pockets. Yeah, I don't really know as yet. I started making these yesterday, actually last night, and this one I made on video, and I went to upload it today and it was in the wrong orientation, and so I changed that on my phone, and for some reason it will not transfer since it's been changed on my phone, like edited on my phone. I can't seem to transfer edited videos from my phone to my laptop. So, and yeah, I'm not really sure why that is. But and then in the course of me playing around with all that, I deleted videos by mistake. So anyway, I made this one, and I've made another one, but I haven't, of course, covered the envelopes yet. I want to make about 4 or 5 of these, maybe another couple if I can, over the course of the next month or so. I'm going to be doing a market coming up soonish, and so now I need to start creating some stock for that market, because I don't have a lot of market friendly priced stock. Some of my journals I'm not sure that I'll sell at a market, just because of the higher price point anyway. So I'll show you this one, and then I will put another one together to show you the full process and cover it and whatever. I won't put pockets in or any ephemera or anything. I'll just actually create the little folio thingy, envelope thingy, whatever we want to call it. Anyway, so all I've used is some Stamperia paper that I had. I had some 8x8 papers, and they were quite pretty, and of course I'm trying to use up all my Stamperia stuff. I do have a long list of kits that I've bought on Etsy from my favourite digital creators, and there's other kits that I want to purchase as well. And so I really want to clear out some of what I've already got before spending money on kits and printing. And yeah, so I've just used Stamperia paper and book page and some other digitals that I bought online on Wish a long while back, and I've got some digitals here. I've used napkins. This is a digital that was given to me, and then yeah, the others, like this is from Wish, that one's from Wish. I've used some of my wallpaper, my vintage wallpaper, and this is from a little Stamperia card making pack that I've added a flip in here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go and I probably will, because it's just me. I probably will do it, add something else to the front cover, and then I'm just going to wrap it with some sari silk that I've got. And then on the first, this envelope here is a DL window envelope. Well, I think it's a DL size, but as for the envelopes, you can use really any sizes you want, but don't have your envelopes too extreme in sizes, like yeah, I wouldn't have one that's like wider in this, or maybe even taller, if you know what I mean. It just, I don't think it'd work very well. I mean, I could be wrong. The whole thing with this is that you have your envelopes and you play around, and before you glue them down, play around and situate them how you want them to be. And if you think that it works, then great, go for it. You know, I think putting the envelopes together is actually a trial and error thing. So and then I have put an envelope here. This is an envelope, and on it I have attached this card, and here is a pocket. So and then this is just flat. There's no pocket here. I'll probably put a pocket or a tuck spot or something on this page. I might attach a notepad. I don't know. This here is an envelope, and then on that side there is the digital. This is an envelope, and of course this is another window envelope, the same as the other one that I had. It's lifted a bit there, so let's see if I can glue that. Okay, so yeah, I've got envelopes here, and I'm going to put one together to show you how I went about it. These are so simple. Like I said, I'm not sure that it really warrants a tutorial, but I'm going to explain how I've done it and my reasoning behind doing certain things. Now, this is a window envelope, and I could leave it as such, but I probably won't. In fact, I don't think I will with any of them. I like the straight cover, but you certainly could maintain your window and make use of that as part of your front cover and back cover decoration. It's not a problem. You can do that if you like. All right, so I'm going to join these two together. It's the first thing I'm going to do. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to slip one flap inside the envelope, the other envelope. So like that. And once I've got it in place and how I want it, I will then glue it down. So I'm going to put some glue on this flap, I think. Yeah, I am. Sorry, I just wanted to think about that. Any other variations? I can't do it on camera because I'll fluff about too much, and I know that many of you don't like that fluffing about. But you know, for me, I love those type of videos. I love watching Pixie K Design. She fluffs about a lot. I love watching her process, and I, you know, always have a bit of a smile because I think, oh, that's so me. I would do that. I would just hum and ha, and then, you know, not be too sure, and whatever. Who else does it? Rachel at Roxy's Creations. She does fluff about a little bit sometimes. I like to see other people's thought processes and how they work things out. Now, I'm not worrying about gluing that down so much because it's going to be covered. I am going to leave these as not pockets. These are going to be just flat pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose my paper, and no, I'm not. I'm going to see, I'm already doing it. I'm already fluffing about. I'm going to glue this down here like so. And I do mess about a little bit because I do try and get a little bit of variation if I can, so that they're not all the same. But of course that takes time. So I'm going to do the same with this one. And doing it this way, that it just, I mean, there's no real bulk, but I do like to have it as even as possible. So that's why I'm doing that. And that is super sticky from the gum, but that's okay. We won't worry about that now. And okay, now I have a few envelopes here of different sorts. This one is a bit bigger, so it could still go in. I'm going to put this one in the front. Section. So I'm going to pop this like that. I'm not going to glue these ones down straight away. I'm just going to wait. Now, I know that is too close to the spine, the fold, but I'll show you what I'm going to do, and I'll explain why. All right, so that's that one, and then this one, I might do this one a little bit different by putting this like so. And I don't want to have them all in the same exact same orientation, like, you know, don't want to have this one in the middle like this. I want to have them all uneven. And then I'm going to put this one here, so that goes like that, and then on the back I might put one. No, I'm not going to put one on the back. I'm going to do another one on the front, I think. Here we go. And yeah, so, and I'm going to pop that in the middle. And I'm going to put that one down there and that one there, and then I'm going to slide that one just to there. All right, now my reasoning for that is that maybe not so much for this particular one, but by varying your position of your envelopes, when you go to embellish them, sometimes for some of us, like me, we can get a bit carried away with our embellishments. And so if these were even, and I put, you know, say a bit of lace and a cluster on this one, and then something equally as thick, you know, as sort of layered on these two, then all that bulk is going to be at the bottom. So when you go to close it, it's going to be closing. It's not going to close very well at the bottom, because all the bulk is going to be down here. So I'm going to put these up here. I don't know how I'm going to embellish them. I'm just preempting and planning for the future, just in case, you know. And it doesn't matter if I don't layer too much. Okay, so first of all, I need to put this one on here, and I am going to do that right now. So I'm going to pop some glue on the flap side. Just get my glue book. How are you all? I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're keeping busy in your craft room. I personally love my little craft space. It's one of my relaxation spaces. Even if I do get stressed out when something doesn't quite go together, you know, something doesn't quite go to plan, it's still a happy place for me. So, yeah. So I'm going to pop that. Now, I'm going to put the flap down, and then I'm just going to maneuver my cover in place. And I've got my overhead light on because I don't have good lighting in this room, so I do have to use my overhead light, so that's why there's a shadow. I'm really sorry, but it also creates havoc for me because sometimes I can't see what I'm doing. So I need to keep a little bit of space between the crease of the envelope and that's better, and the edge of this envelope. So the edge of this is not right on the crease. There is a gap. If I get a chance, I will ink the gaps so that you'll actually see them. And the reason for that gap is so that when you go to close your envelope, there's no obstruction. All right, now I'll show you about that in a minute. Let's just get this one done. And that is going more in the center. So no, I'm going to do it there. I'm going to do it even with this one, as even as I possibly can make it. So let's just get that gluing done. Oh, it moved. Of course it moved. Okay. You probably only really need a glue stick for this project. You might need some stronger glue if you feel more comfortable gluing any cardstock that you have to whatever it's been glued to. All right, so again, I've left a gap between the crease and the edge of this envelope. So I'm going to just put that down. Right, so now these two, do I want to, no, I'm going to do what I planned. I'm going to virtually tip this in. And I might put it to about there and tip it to that point. Yeah, so let's do that. Look for a non-glued spot and add some glue. And again, I'm leaving a gap. You can see the creases here, so I'm going to leave that much of a gap, I think, and that will depend on the edge of the page. There, right. And then this one, I'm just going to very carefully go along the very edge of this. I might end up cutting that open at a later date, but you never know. And then I'm going to put that on there like so. I might bring it more to the sort of the center like that. Yes, that's what I'm going to do there. I'm only using these envelopes. I'm not adding any others, I don't think. I kind of would like to keep them all the same amount, so I'll count up the envelopes in the other one. Alright, so that is going about centre-ish. Like so, you can see the difference, and that's going there like that. Now, how many did I have in the other one? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, yeah, I'm not doing any more. All right, so now this is not going to close because this one is too wide. So I'm going to just trim that off. I probably should use the paper cutter because my cutting skills is, I think a 2-year-old could cut better than me or straighter than me. Yeah. Okay, I think that might be better. Yeah. Okay, so now that should be, yeah, so you can see the crease that is going to close so much more easily, and I might actually cut a little bit more off just because when I think when I put something in there, although you can flip the envelope back to open it up so that you can easily access what's in there. And again, I didn't cut it straight. I'm terrible. Just let me do this. That's better. When something goes in, that's why I didn't want this one as a pocket. I didn't want the 2 bigger ones as pockets because, I didn't want the pocket opening here, put it that way, all right? Because I find that side opening pockets that are too close to the spine can be sometimes difficult to get things out of and put things back. I could easily, if I wanted to, snip the top and make it a top loading pocket, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just leaving them as covers, and that will be that. Any more, if I want to do any top loading pockets or side loading pockets from different positions, I'll do the cutting of that after I've covered them. Okay, so I'm going to cover this one first. No, I'm going to cover this one first, I think. Or will I? No, I'll cover this one first. So I'm going to just put some of this paper on here. Yeah. It's going to be crooked. I know it is. Yes, it is. It is crooked. I think it's still crooked, but never mind. We will make it work. Okay, so that is going on there. And then I'll put some book page at the top. So I'm just going to use my glue, and I'll probably edit out all my gluing, or most of my gluing, because at the moment my glue is creating a little bit of a problem getting out of the pages. I'll probably be editing out all my gluing, or much of it, because getting the glue out of the bottle is a little bit of a problem at the moment. I noticed last night it was giving me a very hard time. All right. I had to turn it around because I noticed the text was upside down. And I'm not sure if I'm going to cover that over, so... Okay, and some book page. I have some here. Okay. So, have you ever made a journal out of small envelopes? They are so much fun to make. They are relatively quick to put together. Alright, I might do the back while I'm at it. What did I put on the front? The green. This is a different green one. That's different flowers. I don't want to lose too many of the flowers. I want to keep them as much as possible as the feature. So I'm going to have to sacrifice some of the paper. So that's going on there like that. And then see, now even that is crooked, and that shouldn't have been crooked like that. I'm cutting it that way. Oh, God. It is terrible cutting. Would have been terrible folding, actually. I learnt that technique of folding and cutting from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. She said that it's good to cut like that because you quite often get your cutting straight because you cut quite close to where you folded, and also you don't get that little bit of a fold in your cut. It's like when you've cut away your paper and where you've like a longer fold, sometimes you end up with a little bit of extra paper left over, which, you know, is from the folded side. So and it does work generally. Okay, right, now you could easily stitch these, but you would have to of course wait until after you've before you've glued them all together. You can't really sort of do it once you've glued all your envelopes together into the booklet. You'd have to stitch them before that. And I'm not stitching because I don't have my sewing machine set up. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. And I need some craft paper. Sorry, guys. This on. going to do it. It's not actually what I wanted. To get what I wanted, I'd have to get up. So that's not happening. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. Right. And the first journals that I ever made were envelope journals like these. Okay. This is my Antique Girls Annual that I'm tearing up here. Probably just glue that, wrap it around actually. Okay, I haven't been doing too much. I had some time off from doing the 2 big journals that I've just finished. I did do flip throughs if you haven't seen them yet. They are up on the channel. Yeah, I find that after I've done a major project, I need to have some time out. I do the same with my paintings. If I've done something that required lots of thinking from me, and that I tend to have a break from painting and drawing and what have you. Right, so now I'll come back to that after. I'm going to keep going. Here I'm going to put the other, I'm going to use the other card. Here it is. Now on the other one I had to cut some off. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm popping that on there like so. But I'm going to cut some across the top here, just because I don't like the overhang on the other side. I found when I did the other one I didn't like it. So okay, I'm going to glue on and then I'm going to lose that pocket. So what I'm going to have to do, like I did with the other one, did I put the thumb notch? I only did it in the on the inside. I've already tested this out, so it works fine. So here I'm just going to put glue around the edge. First, and then on the inside here. Again, I'm leaving a gap. Okay, so where's my cloth? Just making sure that it's stuck now. Oh, that's right. I didn't need to worry about all that. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So I can take that out. And I will glue up the other side. We'll just add a little bit of glue to the edge of that. Alright, all sorted. It will mean that the pocket's not quite as deep, but that's fine. That's okay. Alright, now let's cover this. I'm going to cover it with one of these. I think. And these I think are adhesive. So it will depend on, yeah, I'm going to work out exactly what I need, and then I'm going to cut it. I think that will be the better process. I haven't used any ink around edges of envelopes. I don't tend to do too much inking on videos, just because it means more editing for me, and I find that, you know, people don't really want to see all that. I've had too many complaints about videos being too long and stuff. Okay, that's what I'm doing. And that goes there. Okay, and that is going up the top. Come on. I'm going to pop that down the side, like so. I have to do this on here. Okay. So yeah, if the video is too long, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and it's just the way it is. I'm going to use some of this tulle toile paper. It's napkin. And or am I going to use some of this? Or I might actually, no, I'm going to leave it. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this side first. Now I have to use that. I'm going to just very roughly fussy cut around the edge. I had an idea while I was preparing this to make it, I was going to glue it there, and then I thought, you know what, if I glued it here it would make a great side tuck. So that's what I'm doing now. I need to put glue down the bottom edge. And just a little bit up the side. Stop moving. Okay, now I have a side tuck. And I'll put some ribbon there, not ribbon, some lace. And on here, I am going to put more book page, and I'm going to do a napkin. And then I'm going to put some napkin on. But I'm not covering it from edge to edge with glue, just I'm very roughly covered it. And I'm just going to put that over there like that. I'll come back when it's dry, and I'm going to just tear it off, so it'll be very rough. So I'll be back shortly. So I'm just going to tear this off. And it's going to come off wherever it's not stuck. However rough it may be is how it will be. And there we have it. with these envelopes, I may come back in and embellish them a little bit more. I probably will, but I'm not doing it in this video because the video will just take way too long. All right, so now I'm going to cover this opening, and it'll open from another direction. So what will I put there? I might use a bit of, I've got this piece of vintage wallpaper. It's the last piece. Okay. And so that is, oh no, see now that's, I forgot about that envelope. But it's not too bulky, but still. Oh, you silly girl. I wonder if I could take that off and put another lace there. I can use that on something else. Okay, I'm going to put something else there. It's typical of me, actually. It's very typical. Okay, that's fixed. All right, so now this piece, that's going in like so. All right. And then that comes up and gets glued down like that. And again, I'll come in and ink the edges. But I'm not doing that on the video. Now I just need to cover this, and the best way to cover it is to collage it. All right, last one. I've got some other, but I don't want that edge on there. this is the last one, and then I've just got to finish that front cover, which will take me 2 or so seconds. Won't take long. The back cover is done. So this cover, I just need to ink it up first. Where is my ink? I'm not doing all the inking, I'm just doing this. I'm now annoyed that I have put this on in this way. I can fold it in. You can see it folds in quite comfortably, but what I don't like is that it is uneven, and on the front you can actually see it there. So I don't like that, and I did try putting lace there and I didn't like it. I didn't like it on the edge. I'm going to put lace on this side. I've got this lace here which I'm going to put on the side. I've got this lovely vintage lace, and yeah, I'm going to put that on there like that and wrap it round. And I thought I was thinking about putting this one on, but I don't actually like the way it looks, because I don't want to, yeah, no, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put this on, and then I'll turn the other envelope back in, and we'll see where we go from there. So I don't like that. If it had have opened from right, from right to left, I would have been okay with it. But to me, it's just weird. So, but I mean, it's not a terrible little journal. It's just that I would have done things differently, and you know, I guess that's part and parcel of, you know, doing things on the fly. You know, you just sort of, you live and learn, as they say. So I'm popping that on now. And then on this side again, we will do this. So this little journal is now finished. Waiting for pockets and ephemera and little booklets to go into it. So that will be 2 waiting for that. So I'm on a roll. I've got to get at least another 4 done. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so that's the only thing. And what I'll do is when I put a journal card in here, I'll make sure the journal card's got a ruffle on it so that yeah, so you'll still see it. So now I'll have to have it this way. There's no two ways about it. And I'm not really sure what kind of lace I haven't got anything that's real cream, sort of. I have got some, but not a lot. So I could put that on there, or actually that way. And then an image or a tuck spot or something with a pretty card on there. But I don't have anything to finish off right this minute. So I'm going to do that in the next video. I'll have all the pockets prepared, waiting to go, and all the ephemera. Some of these will be snipped at either the top or the side, because not all of them are built-in pockets. So those two are. This one I've got to decide what I'm doing, and this one is already a built-in, so that's fine. I'll probably do this one as a top-loading pocket, and I have to work out what I want to put here and on the back one as well. Whether I'm just going to have that tuck spot. I probably will just have that. I might put a label or something on there, but that's for the next video. So for now, these little journals are finished and waiting, and this one I will do in the meantime, and I'll get a few more put together. Yeah, so thank you for coming. I'm hoping that I can edit this video so that it's much shorter. I'm going to take out as much as I can, and yeah, so if you've stayed for this lengthy video, thank you so much for watching it all the way through. It means a lot to me that my videos are watched all the way through, and yeah, it's very, very appreciated. And until the next part of this little mini series or my next video, whatever it may be, bye for now. Peaceful blessings. Be safe and happy, everyone. Bye.